Hey, it's Joe, and welcome back to Humanfluence. Throughout history, we've been told the story of the Garden of Eden, where humanity's origins are said to lie under the careful hand of Yahweh. But what if the story of who placed us in the garden is far more complex, far more ancient, and stretches across multiple cultures and traditions? What if the mystery of our creation ties together not only the Bible, but also the Bhagavad Gita, the Vedas, and the myths of Sumer and Akkad, and even Noah's flood? What if the truth of who placed us here is woven through these stories, connecting dots that many of us have yet to see? Let's start with the Sumerians, the first known civilization to write down their myths and histories. In their legends, we find stories of the Anunnaki, divine beings who descended from the heavens to shape the world and humanity. In their creation story, humans were crafted to serve the gods, to till the earth and offer their labor. Was this the first garden? And were we placed here not by a benevolent creator, but by beings seeking to control and benefit from our existence? The Akkadian and Babylonian myths tell of a great flood, much like the biblical story of Noah. The gods were displeased with humanity, and a deluge was sent to wipe the earth clean. Only a chosen few were saved, much like Noah's family, but who sent this flood? Was it Yahweh, the storm god, or were there other gods? Possibly the Anunnaki behind this act of destruction and rebirth. Turning to the east, the Bhagavad Gita and the Vedas offer another perspective on creation. In these ancient texts, the universe cycles through creation, destruction, and rebirth, with divine forces guiding these processes. Lord Vishnu, often seen as the preserver, sustains life while Brahma creates and Shiva destroys to make way for the new. Could these forces also be part of the same ancient narrative, told through a different cultural lens? Are these divine figures not separate from the story of the garden, but rather alternate versions of the same cosmic entities, shaping humanity's fate? Even in the story of Noah, echoes of these ancient tales resonate. The flood myth is not unique to the Bible. It is found in Mesopotamian texts like the epic Gilgamesh. Here the flood serves as both a punishment and a cleansing, a reset for humanity. But who ordered the flood? Yahweh in the Bible, or a much older, more complex set of forces and beings in these ancient traditions? As we trace these stories back, a pattern emerges, a story of beings, whether called gods, deities, the Anunnaki, placing humanity in various gardens across time. We were shaped, placed, and sometimes punished or cleansed by these forces, but the question remains, were they benevolent creators or something else? Could they have been beings who, like the Demiurge in Gnostic thought, seek to control and keep humanity trapped in cycles of ignorance and servitude? The Vedas, the Bible, the Sumerian tablets, and even the Akkadian myths all offer glimpses into this mystery. The stories span different times and places, but they share a common theme, a higher force shaping humanity, testing us, and in some cases punishing us. But is that divine source the source of all creation, or is it something else? Something like the Demiurge, or other controlling entities. These ancient stories remind us that our origins are not as simple as a single narrative. We are part of a much larger cosmic game, one that spans cultures, eras, and spiritual understandings. Who placed us in the garden? The answer may not lie in any one text, but in the layers of myth and wisdom that weave through all of them. These stories, whether from the Vedas, the Bible, or the Sumerian texts, are just a look deeper. To seek the truth behind the veil of mythology, they invite us to explore the possibility that humanity's creation, placement, and trials in these gardens were not the result of a singular god, but the work of ancient forces that shaped, controlled, and tested us across the ages. Forces whose true nature we are only beginning to uncover. The question then is not only who placed us here, but why? What was their motive? And more importantly, what is our path forward? Is it to continue to play the role set before us by these ancient powers? Or to awaken, transcend their influence, and reclaim our connection to the true divine source that lies beyond all myths, beyond the control of these ancient forces? The answers lie in the ancient texts, in the stories we've been told, but also in the wisdom we are yet to unlock.